Hello guys, welcome back to your YouTube channel. It's your Rising Markets Mentor. On today's video, I'll be analyzing Volatility 25 index, all the way from the lower time frames to the higher time frames to the lower time frames rather. Be sure to comment, subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell to get notified about other videos. Be sure to comment, subscribe, like, posting. It's been quite a while, but otherwise we are back with another bang. To motivate and keep us going, just hit the subscription button. Without further ado, let's dive right into it. Let's go over to the 4-hour time frame. Let's see what is happening in the overall, like the entire move of the with me. Okay, so we have what we can see here. You can see a rejection level here, which I can call a support because it's a bigger time frame, so definitely it's a support to the lower time frames. And also, what can we see here? We can see a trend to the downside. So we're having a massive impulse to the downside. And then what else can we see? You can see its base to the downside. So I'd say we can see its base to the downside. What else are we looking for? We are looking for a massive change of character, where the upside became the downside and the downside became the upside. So we have a level here. This is when what the support became the resistance and the resistance became the support, or vice versa, something of that sort. So what you can see, let me just drag it a little all the way to the downside. What I can see here is that we had a massive push to the downside, and this push became what? It changed direction, or there was a change of character right there because of this retracement on this level. And then afterwards we had what? We had a pattern continuation. We had a pattern continuation of some sort, which I'd say we had a flag right there. We had a flag. So what you can look at is that what we see here, what we see happening on this level here, it's liquidity sweep. It's liquidity sweep, but liquidity failed to sweep to the upside, and then we had a breakout right here to the downside. And also what you can look at is that every time before you had a breakout to the downside, you should have a retest to the downside, right? Yes, you should have a retest to the downside. Okay, let me delete these. I think now we have a better view of what is going on the bigger time frames. So the entire trend is bearish. The entire trend is bearish. So let's look at smaller time frames to have a better view of what is going on. Let's go to the 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours will do, so that we have a better view of what is going on in the lower time frames, which gives us a better view of what is going on in the entire market, or in this current move of the curve. So when you look at the 2 hour time frame, you can see that we had a breakout where again we had a breakout here. So we had a retest here, a retest here, a retest to the top, and then we had a breakout. So fact that you had to confirm your sell, you would see that you had a retest on the trend line to confirm your sell position. So the fact that we had a touch giving us a lower high on the trend line, it shows that it's giving us a massive push to the downside. So to trade such kind of instances or scenarios, you'd have to do this. You'd have to put in a tight stop loss, and then probably and most definitely like a little bigger risk to reward ratio, so your reward should be bigger than your risk. So yeah, So having a tight stop loss will help you to like protect your account. If you're trading with a small account, or even if it's a bigger account, it would have to protect your account in case the market would like retrace here and then change direction all the way to the top. So the fact that it did that, it just retraced a little above the rejection or the retest level on the breakout of the bigger support level. So that gives you a push to the downside. So I would have entered that confidently without any risk whatsoever. There is one thing that I need to touch before we can like proceed to the next level. Let's talk about an order block. I can see one here. Let's talk about an order block. You can see that okay, let me delete this. You can see that the overall trend is bearish, right? So the market was pushing was pushing to the downside, rather. Yeah, it was pushing to the downside. And then what happened? We had a retest on this level, giving us a little retracement to the top, and then you'd have to mark this retracement, right? You'd have to mark that retracement, and then you'd have to wait for the market to go all the way down. Just mark it all the way to the right hand side. So you'd have to wait for the market to push all the way down, and then what can you see here? We had a retest on this level, right? We had a retest on that level. So to confirm and be sure that it's a complete order block to be traded, like you'd have a touch here, you'd have a touch here, and then if at all the market will push all the way to where it started from, if it goes all the way to the top here, then you'd have to do what? You'd have to risk your money. I get it, you're trying to make money, so risk your money. Just make a tight stop loss as well, and then your risk should be bigger than your reward should be bigger than your risk. So that is what should happen. So you could have done that. Just wait for the market to break out, like to retest, and then mark the lower high it had. Just mark it all the way to the right hand side, and then wait for the market to like retrace back or give out a tip on the bottom side, which is here. And then if at all it goes all the way to where it started from, most definitely put in sell positions and put a tight stop loss and see what will happen from then. And then you thank me later, and most probably you'd leave a comment, a very good one for that matter. Okay, let's have a better view of what is going on here. Let me delete this. I think I made my point. So let's check out what is going on and what is happening on the recent move of the curve. We had this level here. What is it communicating? We had a push to the downside, right? And then a retracement on this level. Like I had said a few minutes back, every time you see a retracement on a very bigger range or a bigger momentum, like on a big scale momentum pushing to the downside or pushing to the upside, which whatsoever direction would be going to. So every time you see a retracement of this kind, just mark it all the way to the right hand side. Just mark it all the way to the right hand side, and then do what? Wait for market to see how the market would react. Will it cross over that level and push all the way to the downside? And then wait. What you can see that here is that the market gave out a very big bearish candlestick, pushing the trend all the way to the downside, giving what? A tip to the downside. Yeah, we had a tip here, and then from this tip you can see that we had a bullish engulfing candlestick. So that means we have a change in pattern, right? A change in direction. So the market would have to push all the way to the upside to give out a lower high on this trend line, on this big trend line. So the fact that we had an engulfing candlestick in a retracement, you have to mark all the way to the right hand side, and then do what? Wait for market to go and touch to go and touch at the level. So you'd have to wait for the market to go all the way and touch where it started. So after it does this, and then like enter your sell positions to the downside. Enter your sell positions to the downside. Most probably it would give out a complete order block. So the fact that it hasn't crossed over the trend line to give out a breakout to the upside or a change of character to the upside, just put in a tad stop loss like I had illustrated before, and a very big reward for yourself. As much as the reward does not exceed the retest level, that would be cool. But you can keep trailing in your profit, looking at how many times the graph kept, looking at how many times price kept breaking breaking resistance levels all the way to the downside. I mean, breaking these support levels all the way to the downside. So you keep trailing your profits like that, because overall it's a downtrend. So let me delete this. Okay, let's look at 30 minutes time frame to have a better view of what is going on. Over 30 minutes time frame, you can see that we have what we call a trend line within a trend line. A trend line within a trend line. I think it would be more visible over a 15 minutes time frame. Yeah, it would be more visible. Yeah. We had a trend line within a trend line right here. So trend line within a trend lines within a trend line help you keep track of the current move. So this is what I mean. That's what I mean. If you're to see a breakout on this trend line, you can see that it has been rejecting all the way to the downside. If you're to see a breakout on this trend line, you'd know that probably it might go all the way to retest the resistance level. But then the fact that it never gave out a breakout over the trend line within a trend line, then you're sure that it's pushing all the way to the downside. And also what we should have its base, right? Yeah, we should have its base. Okay, let me just draw these real quick. So we have a lower low here, and then a lower high here, a lower low, and then we have this level. Let's push it all the way to the left hand side and see if it's a level of effect. It is a level of effect. The reason why I say that is that you see this major resistance level. After it was broken, market retraced and then pushed all the way to the downside, giving out this retest level. And then this retest level, it's bound to push this downside move again to the upside a little bit, or all the way, pertaining to how effective and how heavy it would be at that instance. So another retest level that we can appreciate is this one. So you can see that it's this one. You can see that price pushed to the upside. You can see that price pushed to the upside. This was a very strong bullish momentum. Like, it was very strong when pushing to the upside. It gave out a very strong momentum. It pushed all the way to the upside. But then we had a retest on this level right here. This is by far the biggest retest level that we've ever had on this move. So you'd have to mark that. The fact that it retraced on that level. The fact that it retraced on that level, it gave us a push to the downside, and then a retracement on this very level. It gave us a retracement on this very level here, pushing all the way to the downside. And then, like I stipulated before, you can see that we had a retest on this level, giving out a retest on this level. And if you're trailing your profits, you'd have to like put in them here. You like put your stop loss right here, and then wait and see if the market will break this support level and push all the way to the downside, or it will not. So like I had said, let's look at this trend line within a trend line. What you can see is that it's still rejecting a push to the upside. It's still just trapping it's trapping the graph within that zone. Let's look at our 1 minute time frame to see what is happening here. And then what you can see on the 1 minute time frame is that the trend line within a trend line was broken, but I think this is not precise because I made this level using a 1 minute, using over a 15-minute time frame. So you can see that we had a rejection on this. We had a rejection on this level here, on this trend line within a trend line. We had a rejection here. So you know what? The fact that price is trapped in here. You know that fact that price is trapped within here. You can see that price is trapped within that level. So expecting a price to do to break out, whichever direction that price will break out to, we'll have to like go in with a trade to that direction. So that is how it works with continuation and retest patterns. If price breaks to this, if price breaks to this side, if price breaks this triangle to this side, we'd have to go in with a long buy. And then if price breaks this this triangle to the downside, we'd have to go with a long sell. So just wait. For as much as price is trapped within that triangle, just wait and see how price will react. Just wait. Patience is very, very important. Just wait and see how price will react. But if at all it comes all the way and breaks this resistance level, you know that there is a rule that stipulates equal lows always get broken. Equal lows always get broken. So let's see if that will apply as well. Will it give us a better insight of what is going on in the forex market? So we'd have to wait and see how price will react on that level. So what you can see is that price broke this level of the triangle. So price is bound to do what? Price is bound to push all the way to this level here. And then give us what? A push to the downside. So that will be what? A complete order block. It would be a complete order block. So if at all you want to trade this, this is how you'd place in your take profit and your stop loss. You have to go long on this one. You have to go long on this one. You have to go long on this one, just like that. Just like that. Because price is bound to what? To push to the upside, all the way to the upside. Signing out. Thank you, and stay tuned for more videos.